Welcome to the hashtag Insane Friends.
I was just telling him
Live
to get
Wednesday
out and
night.
do it.
Yeah. And so I'm out here doing it.
Yeah.
We start the show. Insane Friends. I'm sorry for that. Let me fix that real quick. Oh my gosh.
Oh, goodness.
It's like we're amateurs all over again.
Wow. It's over here too.
Doing it like an amateur. I'm sorry for that. Let me fix that real quick. Oh my gosh. It's like we're amateurs.
Wait, don't do that.
Good thing. There we go.
It was just here.
Okay, sorry about that. We got a little bit of we had a little bit of an audio problem there. Hiccup at the beginning. Let's just start all over again, shall we? Welcome to the Insane Friends show. It's Wednesday night, 7:30. We're glad to see you all here again. And we have Carol here, queen of the insurance scene.
Yeah.
And we start the show with shouting out all the hashtag Insane Friends to participate in the hashtag Insane Friends live stream calendar, which is a marathon of cooperative lives during the week, where people live in series and not on top of each other and try to create a marathon of lives that everyone can visit and get support and give support and grow their channels and learn from each other and be a community. The hashtag Insane Friends community. Hang out with each other. We also go over the calendar of events, and this is not our automotive channel. Our automotive channel is Sane Auto, but we still want to go over the calendar of local events because most of those events support children's charities or veterans charities, and we want to do all we can to support those children and veterans. Now,
yeah, the young people and the very old soldiers.
Then we get into sales management and making money, whether online or offline,
and achievement.
Our rules that have helped us make us so successful. And we like to discuss with you what y'all are doing that is bringing you success and share with the whole audience so everybody can be more successful. Let's start by helping all these people be more successful with their lives.
Yay.
On the live stream calendar. On Sunday, it starts with, is it the third Sunday of the month? Yeah. Sunday, it starts with Tim Bearden's channel. He's the founder of Hot Rod Madness.
And he's Tim the Milkman Bearden.
Right, and he has no beard. Bill, the dollar bill, has a magnificent beard, well manicured.
Yeah.
And he is the man behind the scenes.
He's the puppet master.
He knows how to do all the technical stuff.
He's my Victor.
It is, they have their live at 4:30 on Sunday. Is it the third Sunday of the month?
Yes.
The third Sunday of the month. Now, every Sunday you can catch Sane Sunday Live Show on the Sane Auto channel at 7:30.
Yeah.
Followed by
right over here.
Gregory Salvatore.
And then right there
at 9 p.m.
And then right here is
ATRA Monday.
Adventures.
Yep.
ATRA Adventures. This is Bobsification.
9 p.m. on Tuesday night.
No,
Wednesday night. You're right here on Wednesday night.
Again.
Sane Enterprises at 7:30. Same time as our show on Sunday.
And
different
after
channel.
That is the
Muscle Car Appraisal
at
9 p.m.
Over here is Doritos and Lucha Cabra.
9 o'clock.
And the next one, I forget.
Easy 2 tips and tricks, etc., etc.
Okay.
10 o'clock.
And then Thursday, there's nothing.
No, that was Thursday.
Oh, Friday, there's nothing.
So skip
Everybody
Saturday.
Goes out on Friday.
Choppers Rule 1 on Saturday, 6:30 p.m.
That's Tiny Whiny Show right there.
Because he's broadcasting out of Australia.
And it's tomorrow already.
Yep.
Then this one is
followed by Fab Automotive Detailing at 9 p.m.
That's awesome. And that's it.
That's the whole calendar right there. There are 11 channels participating in 9 different cities and 2 different countries.
Isn't that awesome? Now, on the weekend, we went to this show that was benefiting a little boy that had a heart problem.
Now,
and we were marketing. We were marketing for the agency.
Insurance agency, yes.
Insurance agency that I work with. And we drummed up a little bit of foot traffic. And well, we only got one person, but that's still one more than we had. That
came all the way to fruition to a sale. You don't know how many people you've got yet because you might have stirred up a lot more prospects than that. They just haven't come in yet. It's too early to tell. But she did get a complete sale all the way to closing. And so that's something.
Yeah. And I also got this. It's 3rd place. I'm not used to being in 3rd place. But my cutie sweetie got 1st place. So I'm a winner too. Okay. Yeah. This is like a participation. This is the winner. This is the 3rd loser.
If I hadn't brought mine, you would have had 2nd place.
And that was
somebody else would have had first. Gracious. Okay, so we said we're going to shout out the calendar of local events, try to support the children's and veterans charities. The first thing we have is in June, the Honeybee Festival from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
That sounds
North
like
Cherokee Street. It does sound like it'd be fun too. This is the 3rd annual Honeybee Festival.
And
so this will be the 3rd year they're doing this.
Right?
It's behind the First Baptist Church. They have cars, trucks, motorcycles, and tractors in this show. So it will be benefiting the not only a children's charity, which I cannot remember which one right now, but it benefits the tractor. Oh gosh, now I can't remember the name. It's a pretty long name of the tractor club. But be that as it may, I'm sorry, I'll remember it later. The name of the tractor club. Okay, on the 15th, we have the West Side Cruise In, 3385 Crider Road, Rocky Face, Georgia, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. On the 22nd, there is the Cars for Kids show at the Camp Jordan Arena. There's more information coming for that soon. Our next live show, I'll tell you all the rest of the information about that.
Okay.
The 29th at the Walker County Civic Center. This is all in June now. June the 29th, Walker County Civic Center from 2 to 6 p.m. is a benefit for Brandon Cordell. There is a car show. There's spaghetti and lasagna dinner for only $6.
Like a lot of fun. That has a lot of different things.
Yep, a lot of stuff going on at this one event to help raise money for the medical expenses for this poor little 8-year-old boy that has a chromosome abnormality. And he's still in grammar school. There's going to be a silent auction and raffles. There is a free Thomas the Train ride. And if you haven't seen Thomas the Train, it's like a miniature train. And it's really great for the kids and the kids at heart. Cause
it's like a puppet. The show is like, it has a little...
Yeah, it looks like that Thomas the Train in the animated TV show. Sure does. There's also a bounce house. It's all to benefit Braden Cordell, to raise money for his medical expenses.
Actually, it's the travel expenses. So
Is it the travel expenses for
the
hospitals?
That he needs to go to.
Which, and keep in mind, it's much more expensive to travel with a child with special needs than it is to just go able-bodied.
Yeah. Well, I imagine that they're doing like helping the parents with the room and where they can stay. And
in August, we'll be personally appearing at another event put on by Frank Davis, which those are always good.
Yeah.
Cruising Chatsworth Car Show from 9 to 3 at Tractor Supply in Chatsworth, Georgia.
And this is
several
to benefit
the Bagley Middle School football team.
And that's awesome.
So all the middle school kids on the football team benefit for this. And like I said, it's at Tractor Supply. There's lots of video on our channel, our Sane Auto channel, not this channel, Sane Enterprises, but on our Sane Auto channel.
Of last year, one of his shows.
Yep.
Or two of his shows.
There's a lots more too. So if you want to hear about more, check out our lives on Sane Auto on Sundays. We go over the complete calendar. We'll move some of these. One of our reminders about business and sales and management that's on our whiteboard over here is to remember to celebrate your accomplishments. That's one of the things that's
3 sales
trophies
in
were all
2
about.
days.
Awesome.
I know that's not much, and that's not what I usually
But you got to keep in mind, she just took over a different agency in a different state, and the guy that she's working with is really new. Her employees, everybody in the office is really new to that office. It's been a complete shakeup, and so there's no built-up customer base there yet. She's having to build up.
We don't have walk-in traffic.
None.
I have one
so she's
person
building all
come
that
in
up from scratch,
since I've been
like
there,
starting over again.
and that's because I drug them in.
Yep.
Hello, Camaro time. How you doing?
Camaro time. Awesome to see you.
Awesome to see you.
We were just talking about you earlier, and I was watching your video earlier, and I really appreciate you making that video so that we can learn how to do those. I'm sorry, I was distracted. There's a notification on the computer. We're going to learn how to do those special effects in the DaVinci editing software. It's exactly the stuff I was needing to learn, and I really appreciate you making that video. If you are watching this and you're having trouble with editing, as I do often, Camaro Time has very good instructional videos on how to edit in DaVinci software, and the DaVinci software is very similar to a lot of other software that I've seen other people using. Yep, and you did it too. Did a very good job of it as well. There, you packed that video with so much information that I've got it on pause in another tab, and I'm going to watch it again. Watch the whole thing, and I'm going to watch it again while I'm trying to actually do the stuff again on the computer. There was 2 things that stopped me from finishing today, as I went right away after watching your video, and I wanted to jump in there and go ahead and edit another video for the Sane Auto channel while I was re-watching your video, so I could, get some practice in doing the stuff that you're teaching how to do and get it burned into the brain. But then I ran into 2 problems. One, I had to go back to Tennessee to the insurance office. But before that happened, I lost some time with trying to import the photos that I wanted to include in the video. Because I'm doing something wrong with the way I import the videos. Because my last editor, I used to be able to import the photos in bulk and just drag a whole bunch of photos at once over there. If I try to do that with my DaVinci, and then I try to put it into the video line, I end up with this little tiny slit of a picture, and then I try to stretch it out or something to give it more time, because it'll just be like if you hit play, it'll go over and then it'll hit that little slit that should be the photo, and it's just a little blip of like a half a second.
I think that is a discussion for
instead of the picture. Yeah, it is. I should just contact him.
Yeah, and talk to him directly. Everybody doesn't want to hear about the DaVinci.
My failings in DaVinci software.
We don't need to air the dirty laundry.
Yeah. Yep. On
He's
this channel,
perfect.
They want to hear about.
He's perfect. Don't worry.
Sales management and making money. Junkheads picking. Welcome to the chat.
Hi. How you doing?
Good to see you here. I was just hearing about you from Frank, who we were just shouting out on the calendar. He's putting together the event on August the 3rd, the first Saturday in August, which will be at Tractor Supply in Chatsworth, Georgia. Cruising Chatsworth Auto Show.
And I'm looking
benefit the
forward
football
to
team
it.
At the middle school.
I'm gonna bring some swag from the insurance office, and I'm gonna set up a wheel, and I'm gonna give out some
wheel
prizes.
Of prizes. Yes, she's famous for her wheel of prizes.
Yeah.
Now, who was that?
All you gotta do is get a quote, and you win a prize.
Won your grand prize at the last event that we attended.
Well, hi Frank, how you doing?
Was that?
That is Frank.
Oh, it is Frank. That is Frank's channel, Junkheads Picking.
And
that's good to know. I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. That's awesome.
I am all about supporting the kids, and I look forward to going to a football game. If I'm invited.
The kids' charities and the veterans' charities benefit car shows are our favorite, and we encourage everyone else that's in business and wants to succeed to find something that you're passionate about besides just your business and just making money, something that you can support before you get very successful in the money part, that you can support with your time and with any other influence that you have, so that you don't have to wait until you're incredibly wealthy and affluent to be able to do some good in the community and help other people out, because it really feels good to be able to help people out. Okay, Camaro time is, I don't mind if you change the subject back to the photos for a minute. Let's see what you can batch, drag, and drop, but do every other one. Otherwise, it will combine them. In other words, well, yeah. So you can only drag and drop like 2 of them at a time. Is that what you're saying? Or, oh, I see. In other words, do 1, 3, 5, do every other one. Like, okay, I see. Leave, don't drag and drop 2 photos that are right beside each other. And that's what's, okay, so it's combining them on me. And that's what's messing me up. Okay. When I'm trying to drag and import more than 1 photo at a time. Okay. I'll have to go back and when I get a chance to do some. Right, you can do 1,000 at a time. Okay, and in order to do that, I will use hold the control key down and then select the photos I want, and just don't select any 2 photos that are right beside each other. Got it.
Okay, now you know what you need to do.
Yep.
What are we going to do now? Okay.
So, okay.
I need a haircut.
No, you don't. Way to change the subject. Way off
Yeah.
subject. Okay, I'm looking at my board for the next topic. All right. Oh, good topic right now would be focus. We need
Yeah, because he doesn't have any.
Yeah. I don't seem to have any tonight.
Poor baby.
Yeah. There's got to be a balance between focus
sales.
and diversity in your business. Because if you've got just one business, and I've found this to be true, it really saved my bacon when the transmission rebuilding business, the whole industry in the U.S. tanked, and we went from having 37 other shops in the Chattanooga area down to 15, because what we had done is I had both the parts store and the rebuilding facility. And the rebuilding facility, I had grown that to be the second largest one in town within 2 years. And so that was, of course, making the most money. And that's the business that actually made me a millionaire before I was 35. But at the same time, I had the parts store, which was helping. That was another income stream. And then everything I did was after that. You know, any fixing houses and selling them, anything like that was few and far between. Fixing up the cars and selling them, restoring 1 or 2 cars per year and selling them. That was kind of low production compared to everything else. And it didn't take much of my focus. Most of my focus was on that one business. And because most of my focus was on that one business, it made the most money. But the parts store saved my bacon when that thing tanked.
Why don't we ask our...
And so that's a little bit diversity. So you got to have a balance between diversity and multiple income streams, and having focus as well. Because whatever business you focus the most on is going to make the most progress, make the most money. Now we got eBay, we've got the parts store, and the eBay is part of the parts store. We got the YouTube, got the insurance. We did have real estate, but then we sold it. Now we're going to buy some more real estate. What?
Why don't we ask them what they did and what's the most successful thing that they did?
That sounds like a great question.
Engaged.
Okay, sounds
because
like.
Right now we're just
you heard the
talking
lady.
At them.
You heard
we're
the lady.
We're not talking with them. You see what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have kind of in a bad mood today.
It's not something I did. I didn't do it. Somebody else got it.
Puppy at work says she doesn't like the way my mouth is, because when I'm upset, my mouth does something different.
That's not what made her upset, though. She was upset before that.
We won't go into it.
This is a little crooked, isn't it? I'm trying to get this.
Yeah, it was kind of like this, and now I'm like this.
I don't know why it's crooked. Let's get this straightened out. There, how's that? Better? Less crooked?
No. Now I got a problem.
Okay, Camaro Town says, sorry, missed the question. It's editing. What was your question for the audience?
Okay. I wanted to know what you did that was the most successful thing you've ever done. Financially or emotionally, or what is something that you were the most successful at?
Or sales. If you're doing something in sales, what were you the most successful at selling? or what kind of business you were the most successful at, either being monetary or otherwise.
Aww. Yeah, that's his success too.
Yep, found a good one.
And
I know Camaro Time's pretty successful in a lot of things.
yeah, he is a wonderful editor,
Photographer,
videographer,
full-time mechanic during the day, gardener at home. He's got a nice garden. I know he can build fences too. I've seen the fences he built.
He
nice
had
and
a
straight.
sheetrock and roofing business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to have a roofing business.
Now I can cut and put up sheetrock, but I can't finish it worth a darn.
For me.
I mean, I can finish it, but it looked good, but it takes forever. I've hired guys that go through and finish the same amount of sheetrock in a couple hours that it takes me all day, and it looks like magic to me when they do that.
I can't do sheetrock.
I haven't done much roof. Well, I have done a roofing job since we were teenagers. It was on the
barn.
Yep, the barn. I put all that metal on the barn. That's the only metal roof I've done. All the other stuff I did was shingles, and I was very young. Very young. I went back to working in garages after that because there's shade, because there's a roof in a garage, and there's your refrigerator nearby and a bathroom nearby.
Yeah.
Roofing, yeah, that's a hard line.
That's too high.
Maritime says, not the hot tar. Yeah, that is a messy thing. On our last building, it had tar and pitch, and when I didn't have guys going up there to put more tar up there on a regular basis, I went up there and did it myself. It is a very messy job. It's not hard. I mean, it doesn't have as much bending over and stuff as shingle work does.
When he goes up a ladder, though, I cry.
Yeah, she literally cries. And I'm already afraid of heights, so I get nervous. I can force myself to do it. But I'm not afraid of heights in an airplane or a helicopter or anything. That's fun. But ladders, for some reason, and pump jacks, I hate pump jacks. Ladders and pump jacks, don't like it.
I see him go up the ladder. I'm afraid of heights.
Scaffolding's not so bad.
And I don't like it at all. I don't like going up on a step ladder, okay? And I see him go up the ladder, and I grab the ladder, and I just start to cry.
Maritime says he's done refrigeration, roofing, painting, electrical, framing, pretty much anything. Built his whole house in South Carolina. I built half houses.
He fell 40 feet.
I've taken
Camaro Time fell 40 feet.
Whew.
That's why I cry.
Wow.
I can't do it. And it scares me when he does it, because he's the most important person in the world to me.
Yeah, that's another thing I don't like doing. I don't like being on a ladder on a tree. If the wind blows, the tree moves, and then the ladder moves like double that much. I'd rather do it in a bucket truck.
Michael likes bucket trucks. When he was a little boy, we had a friend who had a bucket truck, and he would go up in the bucket. And he called him Bucket.
How about Frank? You still in the chat there, Frank?
No, he said he would be back in a minute.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
I think he and his wife do some furniture.
Yeah, that would be nice to talk to him about his business.
Yep, his furniture stuff. Goodness. After his 40-foot fall, took him 3.5 years to learn to walk again.
I know. I saw that. I got scared just thinking about it, so I'm not.
That's awful.
No, I couldn't. I'm sorry I couldn't respond, but whew, that's scary.
Closest I ever came to falling 40 feet was flying through the air in a motorcycle crash. And I know I went at least 40 feet, but horizontally through the air before I landed in somebody's front yard.
I had a one pretty bad one and landed on the sidewalk.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I don't want to learn how to fly. That was close enough.
Yep.
That
Probably
was
the most
scary.
airtime you've ever had. Yeah.
Except in the airplane, but yeah.
Right.
Well, I got a similar excuse, but that's because I broke up my legs. One of them in a motorcycle wreck, the other one in Peru, I broke the foot. That's awesome. I'm glad you're walking again.
Yeah, I know the feeling, Camaro time. I'm glad too. It's been a weekend in a wheelchair after I ruptured the second disc down here underneath my belt line, and that's terrible.
How long was I in the hospital with my leg? Almost a month?
No, it wasn't a month.
Seems like it.
Probably did seem like it. But yeah, walking is
it's overrated.
It is not overrated at all. It's very, very convenient. Don't believe me, the whole weekend without being able to walk is very inconvenient. I don't think so.
You're a queen. You're my king.
Okay, so the next thing on our list of things to focus on is the big lifestyle, which is includes the books you read, the individuals you hang out with, and the goals that you work towards every day.
Well.
Yep. Being thankful each day, that is a great thing to bring up. I'm glad you said something about that. Because one of the things that I do that's oh gosh, my caffeine is running out. My meditation technique, my favorite meditation technique, is to meditate on 4 things a day, and this is a morning time ritual. 4 things in the day that you're thankful for, and it doesn't have to be big things. It could be small things like being thankful for your favorite coffee cup.
I'm thankful for
it's still not broken.
I'm thankful for dark chocolate.
Yep. Thankful for the dark chocolates in the world. Thankful that we can still walk. Thankful that I don't still haven't, after all the surgeries and this and that and the other, I still haven't got anything that requires chemotherapy or anything like that.
I have
And that's only 3 things. And by the time you get to 4 things, you kind of get on a roll, and you start thinking of more things to be thankful for, more things to be thankful for. And if you do this in the morning, the thankfulness ritual or the thankfulness meditation, you kind of get on a roll, and you get into a very positive mindset and a very appreciative mindset, and it helps you stay motivated all day long.
Speaking of being on disability, I have a bone disease that causes my bones to break easily. You know that movie, that Bruce Willis movie, Glass? Well, that is the same disease that the villain has, and I hate that movie with a passion because I am not that villain. I do have most of the attributes that that gentleman has, except for the being an evil genius. And because of that, I could have had disability my entire life. But the way I look at it is I just have to find other ways to do what I need to do instead of working hard. You work smart and you overcome your disabilities. So,
and I do the burnt, bruised, and bleeding stuff.
I help.
She does. She helps more often than she should have to.
But according to the Disability Administration, I should be collecting. Actually, it's called living. I don't believe that drawing a disability check is...
Well, if that's the only thing you do. Some people draw a disability check and they still do other types of work. They just can't do the work that they used to do because of their disability. And so they're having to live on less money because whatever they were trained for or really good at is no longer possible for them.
I mean, I don't know. I can understand.
I mean, even if the
I can understand maybe
tanks, I wouldn't be able to do that anymore because I can't do 150, 250 pounds a day all day anymore. 2 ruptured discs, and after the 4th hernia, you know, I kind of knew I just can't do that.
But what you did is you got something else you could do.
Exactly, retrained. Started over in a completely different field. But I had a head start in the parts business, and that kept me going for a while till I could retrain.
Yeah.
And that's why I say have a balance between diversified, where you got your hands in more than one business, but don't diversify too much so that you have no focus. You got to have a certain amount of focus.
And when I was younger, I knew that I would not be able to do what I was doing when I was young. I mean, I can't physically pick up as much as I used to be able to pick up. I can't physically do the things I used to be able to do because of injuries that I've had. I mean, like yesterday, I went on a walk, a 2-mile walk. Just a walk, not a run. I can't run anymore, but just a walk around what was that?
The park.
The Camp Jordan.
Camp Jordan Arena Park.
It's a 2-mile track.
Yeah, it goes all the way around Camp Jordan, and Camp Jordan is the same area where they have some of the big events like Bugapalooza, and they have moved from downtown the Coker Tire event, which is another huge car show event. Moved that to the Camp Jordan Arena area. And the walk around that goes around the park is 2 miles. Exactly 2 miles. Maritime missed out on a huge record collection in 5 minutes.
Oh no.
Who's going to buy them and resell them?
That's awful.
The guy beat him to the house. They said first come, first serve. Yep. If you don't know, one of Maritime's many skills is he has a vast knowledge of
eBay.
Not just eBay, but
and
in specific
collectibles
and records, vinyl, and he's very knowledgeable in a lot of really good music. Some of the same music that we love, but he knows even more about it. And
yeah,
more
I
about
just listen to it and do this.
The albums and the difference between the original albums and those knockoff remakes, modern remakes. And so sometimes, and he's got quite a collection too. You're right, Camaro Time. Nothing else sounds like vinyl.
Yeah.
Even if you record a vinyl playing and then play that recording back on another media, it still doesn't quite sound right. Doesn't sound like putting the actual record on the record player and listening to it.
My foot still hurts.
Because it's part of it is because it is a direct recording. It's not a digital recording.
It hurts from this morning.
A digital facsimile of what happened. It's a direct recording. And sound is vibration, and in the vinyl it records by vibrating a needle into the vinyl to create the tracks. And then to replay it, another needle goes by and gets vibrated by those same tracks, and that is a direct recording. Plus you get a little bit of interference that to me just enhances it. But then we grew up with that, so I guess that we may be a little bit biased.
Yeah. Well, I grew up listening to tapes.
I have, but it's been a very long time. I've forgotten a lot about it, how they make the master. But probably 20 years since I've seen the process.
Excuse me. I'm all sleepy. My little foot.
Yeah, a metal disc with vinyl on the top of it.
So, we got 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got to start being better at letting everybody know on our Sane Auto Live where we're at on Wednesday nights.
Yeah. So everybody can come.
Right, so we can get a larger.
Everybody's still looking for Sane Auto.
Yeah, everybody's still looking for us on Sane Auto. Maritime's thinking about starting him a weekend detail business. That would be a really good thing to be into right now. I know for a fact, at least in this area and probably in your area too.
And you can come down and detail our Prius if you want free word of mouth.
People are paying really good money for the application of some of these really good products right now. Especially things like the ceramic coatings to protect their paint.
Yeah, we need a detailer on that. The Prius, I know everybody hates the Prius. Well, I'm getting over 40 miles to the gallon. I don't care. It's a nice car. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that is the lowest, the absolute lowest price around here. And services around here are typically suppressed in price, and it's still the lowest price around here for putting a ceramic coating on an average size vehicle. It's $500 and up.
And Miss Prissy, the Prius, is gonna save me enough money so I can eventually have a vacation.
Yeah, it gets as good a gas mileage as our Harley does, but of course, much more comfortable, especially
Could you
in
imagine going
this kind
from
of heat.
here to Chattanooga 4 times and back and then back and then back 4 times a day on the Harley Davidson? That would be very uncomfortable.
Especially at that traffic area right there at Chattanooga. That is a terrible place.
But he's never late. Oh, excuse me, I am so sleepy.
Now you got me started.
It's a tiring day. My foot has been killing me all day long.
Uso Lou's Garage. Hey, it's good to see you.
Awesome. Hey, Uso Lou, how you doing? We missed you.
Yeah, you mentioned Uso Lou's Garage in one of our videos that I haven't edited yet. I had in my list, I was going to do it today, and I ran out of time. I've got 4 videos edited and ready to go on the Sane Auto page.
Which one?
Another one I started editing today, and Camaro Time and I were talking about the problems I was having with the photos going on there. And you were mentioning Uso Lou's Garage and Fab Automotive Detailing on the video, one of the videos about the Prius. Oh, where I was videoing where we paid the guys to do the cleaning, and they left all that, this and that and the other that we were doing ourselves, doing our own cleaning on it. Where I took the seats out. I did the video on how to take the front seats out of the Toyota Prius.
Yeah.
And we give them a shout out. She was saying how she wished that we lived closer to Uso Lou or Fab Automotive Detailing, so we could pay Uso Lou or Fab to do the car.
That would be awesome.
Oh, you were saying that in one, and I was saying that in the other one. I was saying the one in the seats video, and you were saying something about it in the other video.
Ooh, cool. Roush video out with some Mustang. Yay! Yay! Giggly, happy, giddy schoolgirl. Yay!
And I think that's one of the reasons why, like we were talking about earlier, Camaro Time, a lot of people are getting such good money for doing things like ceramic coatings and stuff like that, because people like us, we go to one of these mainstream car cleanup places and stuff, and we pay to get something done, and they sick the employees on it, and then we get it home and we start looking at it, and we're just like, well, now we got to start all over again and clean it ourselves.
But the way I look at it is, it was cleaner than it was when they started with it. It was.
So there's less work for us, but,
yeah.
But we still end up cleaning the car ourselves. Whereas it would be nice if we could just go to somebody and pay them more money and have a better job done. So I think that's one of the reasons why even down here there's guys getting a minimum of $500 for doing ceramic coatings and up, because if you can find somebody that does a really good job, it's worth just bypassing all the mainstream
It might even
What is
be,
the word I'm looking for?
might even be worth it to go get Camaro time to do it. I know he would do a great job.
Yeah. So we move into North Carolina. Is that what it is? Take our whole collection up there. So
We'll go visit.
pay Camaro time to clean our cars.
We'll go visit. It's a nice place.
Clean up our stuff before all the shows.
Yeah. Especially Prissy. Prissy the Prius.
Oh, eventually, if Richie will end up getting a whole nother paint job.
Well, eventually, yeah, but we got to deal with it until that time comes. We can't let it stay icky. We need to get some of that, what they call.
Well, Uso Lou says to
touch-up
me, a
paint.
classic car should not get ceramic. And I wouldn't know. I've not done any ceramic coatings. So I really don't know the benefits or drawbacks to doing a classic car with the ceramic coating. I do know it would be, if your back can take it and you can, have sinus problems like I do, and you can handle the smell of the chemicals and stuff doing the cars, and you can handle being bent over the car with the buffer and stuff for long periods of time, it's a good business to be in. You can definitely make some good money, and it would be a good business for a startup too, where you can start up that business with a low investment, and you can start it on the weekends without having to give up your full-time job. Okay, Camaro time, go with, okay, Uzo Lou says go with a sealant or maybe a SiO2 spray.
Okay.
Camaro time says it makes it look like it was just painted and still wet, and water and dirt almost just slides right off.
Interesting.
I've heard the sealants and the ceramic coatings and stuff are very hard to get off and very protective of the paint, but not as shiny as some of the like carnauba waxes and stuff like that. Is that right? Because I know my older show cars, yeah, they've been repainted with base coat, clear coat, so they're not just plain enamel anymore.
They are super shiny.
Okay, they are super shiny. Okay, that makes me wonder if you did have an older car with a original enamel paint. Okay, Uzulu says sealant is like a wax. Well, can you get it off like a wax if you do need to do some repairs? Like if you scratch the car or something and you have to prep that panel for paint and repair and then paint it. Okay, Uzulu Garage says yes. Okay, well, I like that. Sealant, if a sealant comes off like a wax, then I would like that, because the only thing that scares me about ceramic coatings is that I've heard people say that, when they've had something, they have damage to a door or something, and they take it to the body shop, and then the body shop people complain that they went through a lot of sandpaper trying to get that door prepped because it clogs up their sandpaper. And so I don't know if they're just supposed to use something to get that off first before they go after it with their wet sand or what, but Maritime says it is tougher, but it will come off.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I would want that on the mock, though. It just seems like it's too much.
I think we'd stay with
just the
a
wax.
sealant and a wax, sealants and waxes on the mock. It's got like 7 coats of clear on it, and after all the polishing and stuff, you know, it should still have
it's very shiny all by itself.
4 or 5 coats of clear on there.
Very shiny.
It's got a very deep shine.
I like it. Almost see my face in it. I look at it. It looks like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Uzo says he's got a Jeep video with poly wax, and Pete has a video also with it, and it's a sealant. Okay, poly wax is a sealant.
Well, it is 2 minutes before we gotta get off of here, people.
What kind of money does it cost to get somebody else to apply a sealant wax like that? Is that cheaper than doing a ceramic coating? And
my foot feels better.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time I had it off. You feel it's puffy swollen?
Yeah, it is a little puffy swollen.
It's been hurting. Yes, it is cheaper. A lot cheaper.
All right.
One minute warning. 1 minute warning.
Okay, it goes on easier and it comes off easier, so that would make it a lot more affordable.
That would make it what you want it.
So whether you've got vehicles you want stuff like that done to, or you've got plans on making a weekend, starting with a weekend business, both of those would be viable options, or either putting it on other people's cars, or most people anyway. It wouldn't be a viable option for me to start a business doing that because the ruptured discs in my back and
it would if you had employees.
the sinus problems that I have. Yeah, well, if I had a couple of guys that are coming over here helping me with other car things, and one of them turned out to be good at that. Okay, it says you could do the whole car in 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, if I could do a whole car in 20 to 30 minutes, I might be able to do that. But I know I can't do more than an hour bent over a fender anymore. Or the next morning I am a wreck.
I think it's
my back
better if we
me.
just pay somebody to do it.
But 20 to 30 minutes I might be able to handle bent over something. I have all my work tables, benches, all my carts, everything with extended legs and whatever I have to do. I've modified all of them to where they're right at 36 inches. So that, because it seems like if I have to bend over to anything lower than 36 inches, it just makes this huge difference on how much I hurt the next day. Poly wax, $25, and Best of Show wax, $20 Rio's Garage. Oh, good tips. That sounds like very affordable prices. Because what I've been dealing with was, and still have some of, is the 3M stuff and the McGuire stuff. And I wanted to use up that stuff on some smaller things like the motorcycles. We did the motorcycles. Yeah. Oh, we should have videoed that.
Yeah.
We did the whole, we did a whole cleanup job with waxing and everything on the Triumph and the Harley with some good products.
See, this
and didn't film any of it.
This is what the Triumph won. The Triumph is the motorcycle we rode when we were kids. So that's my trophy.
And the 3M stuff and the McGuire stuff did good because I got first place.
I got
with
third.
The Harley. She got her third with the Triumph.
His is bigger than mine. Yeah, this is a baby.
I'm glad because if hers was bigger than mine, that would be awkward. Oh, Camaro time was upside down almost all day under the dash in an Accord chasing down a short. Now that I cannot do.
That's a little tight space.
Just forget that. I can't do any under the dash work at all anymore. Yeah, building sheds, you can detail it. Yep. Yep, I can still build a shed.
This is a baby. This is a big boy.
The only thing that hurt on detailing the motorcycles was the wheels. Getting down there, you know, that bending over down there to get the wheels.
We were still finding wax the day of, though.
Yeah.
And after the show,
I don't know how I do that. I'll go over the entire thing, think I've got all of the dried wax completely wiped off and everything's perfect, and then we'll get to the show and we'll be setting up and we'll walk around and we'll find here and there and several places where I didn't get all the wax off.
The brakes in the front, that it's very beautiful, very artistic.
She's talking about the scoop, because
it's scoop on it.
It's an older Triumph and it's got drum brakes on the front and back, and it has air scoop because there are functional air scoop because they are air cooled brakes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is very artistic.
It's very nice looking, and I wouldn't want it to look any other way. Mm-hmm. But after the show, we got it loaded up. We bought it off of the truck, off of the trailer here at the house, and on that scoop there was a smudge of dried wax.
Yeah, because the scoop and several other things on the Triumph for polished aluminum, and so we always polish those a little bit more every time and then put wax over it to protect it from corrosion, because any polished aluminum will corrode quickly.
But it's pretty. It's pretty when you got it all shiny. I remember the first time I shined that Triumph up. Mm-hmm. She was gorgeous.
Yep.
But you got to keep her all shined up or she looks ugly.
That is one thing about the polished aluminum versus the chrome. I mean, no matter how long you neglect the polished aluminum and how bad off it gets, you can always, you know, you may have to go further and further and further back with what grit you use, but you can always go as far back as you need to and work your way back up, all the way back up to an almost chrome shine. But chrome, once it's ruined, it's ruined. It's done.
Yeah. Well, Camaro time is leaving us, and on that note, we need to be leaving too because Muscle Car Appraisal is coming soon.
That's right. Muscle Car Appraisal is at 9 p.m. on the Muscle Car Appraisal channel.
And we need to give everybody time to go do their business.
We have very few rules on our hashtag Insanefriends calendar, but the ones we do are to protect, you know, to make it more cooperative and no competition. Everybody helping each other out. And so Muscle Car Appraisal will be on at 9 p.m. right after we are. And when they don't have a live show, they usually have a premiere of a video. We had a premiere today on the Sane Auto page. And then, of course, Thursday night, you can catch Dorito and Lucha Cabra. And I know it says 9:30, but sometimes they start at 9. It's 9:30-ish. And then Easy 2 Tips, Tricks, etc., is at 10. or 10:30 to 12.
Bye.
And they're actually, that's the Eastern Standard Times. They're actually broadcasting out of California. So on their time, it's like 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock respectively. And then Saturday night is Choppers Rule 1 at 6:30, followed by Fab Automotive Detailing. And then it starts all over again on Sunday. We'll be right back here. We'll be on the Sane Auto channel on Sunday at 7:30. Yeah, tomorrow is Thursday. It's Friday Eve.
Happy Friday Eve.
Thank you for coming by, Camaro Time and Uzo Lou's Garage.
It's been awesome.
And Junkhead's Picking.
Yay. Now, there's been somebody in the background all this time, and I don't know who they were. But whoever you are,
it might be Frank
have
Davis
a
from
wonderful
Junkhead's Picking.
weekend. A week.
And he is one of the event coordinators for the car shows that we shout out. A great guy, very helpful, helping the kids and the veterans. A big shout out to all the event coordinators in the area, helping the children's and the veterans causes. And they're the ones that really help out. We just help them help out.
If you are listening, I'm trying to talk him into bringing the mock.
Yeah, she has been trying hard to talk me into bringing them off.
We took these,
I need
and I want
a better
another
trailer
big trophy.
if we're going to take the mock anywhere.
I want
and
a
if
big
I do,
trophy.
it would be the first time we've dared to take it to an outside show. It's only been the indoor shows.
Yeah, but we got the car.
And we would have to check the weather.
We can put it under the tent and put ourselves outside the tent.
We'd check the weather first.
Put it under a tent.
We're gonna bring the mock
it's
outdoors.
UV protected. All right, people. Did we gonna say goodbye? We're gonna say goodbye.
Thank you so much for coming here.
Have a wonderful week. Happy Thursday Eve.
And remember.
And don't get out there and get dirty. Pay somebody else to do it for you.
Remember, what are you doing?
Stay clean.
Does it make money? Does it save money? Does it improve your living conditions or those of your loved ones? If not, you shouldn't be doing it.
Stay clean.